Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kyusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. We had Deku. We also had Superboy Prime. These two got into a battle, and Superboy Prime, he annihilated a lot of the Earth's heroes. Now, to anyone who wants to hear the list, I can't give it to you. Look up the Infinity Crisis and find this event because it only took place for 6 pages. Superboy Prime murdered a ton of heroes in 6 pages. That's all I have to say. This guy fucked over a lot of people. In fact, he's the only Superman I believe who's immune to reality warping besides 1 million, and that does say quite a bit. Because there are debates on whether or not those two can fight each other and who would win. Anyways, before I spark that up, let's skip over it. Now, Deku was on a close enough level to Prime to fight him. He also revealed more powers, and Prime was concerned. This guy was more than kryptonian, but Prime wasn't able to hold those concerns for very long, because the speedsters ran him into the Speed Force when for Deku, he had him subdued. And Prime, yeah, he won't be coming back any time soon. At least that's what's to be expected from the Earth's heroes. Now, Clark wanted to talk to Deku, but Deku had more pressing matters. Kara's back in the land of the living, and he wants to talk to her about everything going on. And Kara, yeah, he gathered all the girls together, because, in the best way of saying it, there is a lot of baby mama drama. Now then, with that being said, everybody, they had a bit of a chat. And Deku, during this chat, somebody brought it up. Power Girl brought up what was going on. And Deku, he had to go talk to Earth 2 Superman. Because it seems like Alexander Luthor, he has a plot. And Power Girl, well, she didn't want to choose loyalties. She sort of had to. She didn't want to choose Duville and everybody because they're not from her Earth. Yes, she knows them, but she should have loyalties towards her Kal-El. And she doesn't want to choose Kal-El or her Kal-El because she's kind of going to have a kid with her counterpart's husband. And yeah, you see how things are complicated there? Now, Deku does hear about quite a lot of things. And Earth 2 Superman, he's currently trying to get a lot of people together. A lot has been going on. Heroes aren't heroes. The people who he's seen, the way they act. Heroes, they're putting down their capes and retiring. People, they don't feel motivated. Back in his day, heroes were what you aspired to be. Heroes, they saved the day and they got through the problems without a scratch. That's how his Earth was. That's how things are. But this multiverse, these other Earths, too extreme, too dangerous. I mean, Earth 1 Superman was a dictator. He murdered heroes. Heroes don't murder each other. They work together to save people. That's what they do. And then there's Lois Lane. I mean, his counterpart murdered her and tons of people died. He was just so ruthless. And then there's Duville. Duville, he's something else. He doesn't like it. All these heroes, they're not heroes. They're just anti-heroes. That being on Superman's mind. He wants to fix this. And Alexander Luthor, he has the right idea. Gather the energy of the heroes, put them into the tower, and recreate Earth 2. Try and find that perfect world. Alexander, he's still experimenting with his powers, and whenever he finds that perfect world, he wants to live there. Now, we do cut back to Deku and Azrath, where currently he does sit down on the ground, and he is trying to meditate. As somebody, they do come walking outside to see him. Deku, he actually is going to turn his head. As he does, gonna hear Diana walk out. Hmm? What do you want, Diana? Deku's still with his eyes closed, and Diana will get a comment on it. Where exactly is his helmet? Hmm? It's here on Azarath. Why? I was curious. You seem more tame. I am. I gained more power. I also went to another dimension for some time. You did? Yes. Deku gonna turn, and Diana does go see it in Deku's eyes. He's gained experience. He's definitely moved forward. The eyes of a calm warrior, one who knows rage, anger, and uncertainty. It feels strange, but this is her warrior. And Diana shows a smile, her stepping forwards and going around the other side of Deku. Before she does something to stand in front of him, her going to sit down as she does try to tell him. She's happy that they all talked. Hmm? Him turning his head. What do you mean? I was happy we finally all discussed what was going on. It was complicated. Complicated's an understatement, Diana. I'm aware of that. Though, it's nice that you and Kara are still sticking together. Yeah, that's, that's complicated. I see. Well, thank you. For what? For this gift. Diana, that's... I don't know what to tell you about that. I don't want to call it a mistake, but you want to. Yeah, it will happen. It's not an it, it's a person. I don't know what it is yet. Boy, girl, I don't know. Though, I think Aval would go fine with having some brothers. Diana gonna smile and express. It is a happy thought. But then again, she's she is hoping for a daughter herself. Sure you are. If it is a boy, what are you going to do? Diana's staring at Deku and going to somewhat look down. Her face was a bit more surprised, and then it dropped. If it is a boy, she's not sure. And Deku's gonna stare. Diana doesn't want to answer that question because she doesn't know the answer. And Diana, she does just go to bring her hand out, her holding up the lasso of truth, informing him. This will do him better in the future. Hmm? Deku gonna bring his hand out and grabbing onto it, telling her he doesn't need her lasso. I know. I want you to have it. You're giving me your lasso? Magical artifact. Could do you some good. I'm not sure. My time with the regime, my time with Clark, my time in solitude, my time on this new earth. I've told my mother of my deeds, and she was concerned. She was worried about me. But then I fall with child, and she doesn't know what to do. To her, one day I suddenly pop up as a war criminal from another Earth, not the same daughter she knew the day before. That is why she's confused. She doesn't know whether to imprison me or let me run free. And that's complicated. Most of the people we knew, they don't remember what happened. I know. That's bad. Though, I do need to go talk to somebody. Sure. So, are you going to be here? I plan to come back here, yeah. But I need to talk to everybody else. I know Artemis, she has been on her own, but I think she reached out to Oliver again. It may not be her, Oliver, but maybe it's something. You sure? I am. I gotta go. Now, Deku, he does head out. And whenever he does get to leave, he actually is going to encounter his Kara. As Kara, she currently does sit there talking to herself, trying to tell her a few things about this experience. And there actually is where Kara, she's going to see Duville and stand up. Her going to fly over to him and ask him if he's really sure he's going to go encounter Luther. Yeah, Kara. Listen, I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. No, no. This was the red kryptonite. I I can't blame you for it, but I don't like it. So, how about this? Kara gonna lean forwards and whisper something to Deku's ear. And Deku doesn't want to just stand there, as whenever Kara's gonna pull back, he's gonna turn and stare at her. Okay. Really? Yeah. Yeah, if that makes up for it. Just, I'll be, um, the sun. Alright. Okay. Kara just won't smile, as she does just gonna think. Okay, well, she can definitely milk this. Now, Deku, he feels bad, and Kara, she is annoyed by all this. But hey, maybe it's just her get out of jail free card for a little bit. Duville fucked up. And honestly, she's kind of enjoying it a little bit. It's kind of funny, but also she's still kind of mad. I mean, yeah, it feels strange to kind of have a sister with her counterpart, but it's also refreshing. I mean, more Kryptonians, more people she can relate to and talk to. And Deku, yeah, he does have a list of things he needs to do, and one is try and find Kandor again. However, right now, we do have where Deku, he does get to talk to somebody. And we do currently have Dick Grayson, who he is in Gotham. He was running around going back to his normal life. However, he remembers hearing a few of the things Corey talked about. This alternate timeline, this alternate world. I mean, apparently he died. That'd be what he does think, as he does go landing onto the ground. Him gonna take off into a sprint. He died a long time ago in that timeline. And then she just... What happened again? I mean, fuck. He's worried about that. How should he feel? I mean, she is technically his Corey, but I mean, how is he supposed to react to this shit? I mean, she's one day he goes to bed with his girlfriend. The next day he wakes up and she's freaking out because he's alive and what the hell? He just feels like things changed too much. That being on his mind. As Deku, he currently does come flying down. And Dick? He did go to try and shoot his grappling hook as he went to go reel it in. And Deku, he was sitting in front of Dick whenever he came climbing up onto the building. And Deku, he tried to tell him, He wants to chat with him for a second. Hmm? Seriously? What do you want? I want to talk, Grayson. Talk? Really? Talk. Go ahead. Ruin my day more. I didn't want to see you again, Duval. I know. I'm just trying to figure out where this timeline's version of me left things. Left things? You. Fuck! How can I not be angry at you? Grayson, are we friends here? Yes, we're friends. That's why it pisses me off more. Do you not know, remember me? You died in my timeline. I know. I just. I can be angry. You can, yeah. But it doesn't help. You don't think I know that? Listen, whatever you and Corey have going, I don't care. I. I don't care. She's not my Corey anymore. I know. Which is why I'm here with an offer. An offer? No, I'm not gonna take her back just because you don't want her. That's not what I mean. Grayson, I'm here to give you something. It can help you. What? Deku was just gonna bring up his hand, telling Grayson, shake his hand. He wants to try something. He has powers. He wants to see if he can hand some over. And Grayson's confused. Like a deal with the devil? No. Like a deal with a friend. And Grayson, yeah. He does just gotta bring up his hand. Him grabbing onto Deku's, as there is where Grayson does feel somewhat strange. And there is where he does gotta pull away. Him bringing up his hand and staring at it. He feels a little different. What did you do to me? Call it a gift. A helping hand. I made your body stronger. Why? I lost friends, Grayson. A lot of friends. I'm not losing another one. Sorry. I just. I'm not used to you being serious. I'm not serious here? No. You you mellowed out after a few years, if that tells you anything. Huh. It doesn't? So. I gotta go. Where are you going? I have a few more things to figure out. Most importantly, I gotta go talk to someone. See what they're doing. Find out whether or not it's right. Deku gonna turn and fly away. Right. What he has to do right now is going to be difficult. Going to be challenging? Hard. Yeah. That's that's definitely a word for it. However, hmm, okay. He'll be alright. Deku teleporting back to the Monitor's ship. As we do actually have Alexander Luthor. He's been doing quite a few things in this time. He's been experimenting with his positive and anti-matter powers. The ones that he was born with. The ones that he gained. He feels something strange. The multiverse. It has an ending and a beginning. But they stopped the ending and they're preventing a beginning. Their multiverse still exists. And the Monitor? With him gone, it's only a matter of time. The Monitor may be able to reform, may be able to come back. And Alexander Luthor, he does gotta look out into the multiverse, staring at one singular location. He sees the anti-monitor's body. They fashioned it into a pylon. They fashioned it into a pillar. If they pour enough power into it, if they pour enough energy into it, they can recreate Earth 2. And Alexander, he can create a chain reaction. He can recreate the multiverse. And that does say quite a bit. But there is one missing puzzle piece. Without Superboy Prime, things are bad. But then there's Earth 2 Superman. He still has him on his side. But there's another problem. And right now it just come walking in through the door behind him. As Deku just stand there, him with his hair pulled back into a ponytail. As he does have Alexander turn to face him. And Deku, he does stand there. As Alexander, he does try to ask him if he's here to try and stop him. And Deku, he does glare at Alexander before going to tell him. He needs to power his machines, right? Yes, but there's not enough. Him turning back, expressing. Without enough power, the machines won't create the Earths properly. His experiments have shown him one thing. Superman and Lex Luthor will always be at odds. And in every universe where there is a Superman, there is always a Lex Luthor to oppose him, be it good or evil. They're always on the same side. They are always on the opposite side of the same coin. And sometimes they even occupy the same side but still face odds. It's an interesting dilemma. But then there's also another dilemma. If he doesn't have enough energy, he can't properly set off a chain reaction. Start another multiverse. Him going to look back towards Deku, expressing. He needs enough power. But there's an issue. If he doesn't have enough, the multiverse will be artificial, incomplete, and no one knows what may happen. That's his concern. And Deku stared at Alexander, trying to ask him, what happens if the Earths are recreated? And Alexander, he does try to think. There's a number of possibilities. But let's see. If the Earths are recreated, counterparts may return back to phase, vibrate at the frequency of their universe. But that is difficult. Okay. Alexander going to turn and express to Deku. The energy, it would create a chain reaction. People might return back to their homes, but he's not so certain. With the way Earth 1 is right now, it's full. And while they do have space, he's not too sure staying on one singular Earth is the best outcome. They need to do something about it. And Deku, he does stare at Alexander, telling him, if he gathers the energy, will it work? I don't know. Will I still be able to see Kara? I don't know. Then it's not something I'm willing to do. Alexander, stop what you're doing. Otherwise, I'll have to kill you. You won't kill. How do you know? I've heard about you. You've changed a lot from whenever your clerk encountered you. You would have murdered him. But whenever you were given the chance, given the opportunity to do so, you didn't. You kept trying to talk him down. And whenever it came to it, whenever you thought he finally went over the line, you held back. I've heard of your battle. You didn't want to kill Superman because you thought that would make you evil. Even whenever he was a tyrant. You let him murder. You let him kill. You let him murder a child. I didn't. Yes, you did. Your inaction has caused much. And all you did was bring a woman back from the dead. And that stopped him. You chose peace over violence. You aren't the man you think you are. Now, I'm going to try and recreate the multiverse. Otherwise, our existence may very well come to an end. How so? The positive matter is running out quickly. The Earths don't have enough to restart the chain reaction. No more infinites. We're limited. With time, there may be enough buildup, but that's... we don't know about that yet. That could take millions of years. Billions, possibly. But there's also a chance that when the Earths fully merge, they'll destroy each other. So either way, we're fucked. Yes. Okay. I'll talk to some people. Try and figure this out. I know, oh boy. Is everything alright? If this works, I won't see Kara again. I mean, what? This place should still exist. And you can come here. What? You can observe outside the universe. Alexander going to look out and express. Here he monitors the realities that still exist. However, he can only monitor the one. If they recreate Earth 2, he believes that he can view Earth 2 from here. And then, he may be able to teleport himself to that location. It is a possibility. Huh. Are you sure? I'm positive. Not funny. Was not trying to make a joke. Of course. Okay. Dick is just thinking. He tells Alexander, find him something outside of the Earth 1 dimension. The monster created the space. Find him something outside and he'll test it. And Alexander, he does start to do a few things. He can use the energy he has from one experiment. If he combines it all, he can create something. But if it actually does work, Duville will be on his side. He has to make it work. He has to get things done. He has to make sure all of this, it can be done properly. And we do actually cut to some time later. We do currently have Deku. Deku right now, he does float outside of a blue star. Him staring at the large blue marble. He stares at it with its overbearing presence. Massive. Him practically a speck of dust in front of a penny. And then there's where Kara does come flying up. Him turning as there is his Kara. And Kara, she does look to be a little different. Hers not gonna smile. And Deku, he does not gonna snap his fingers. As there is our Kara, him and her do make their way into the blue star. And with that, the only things floating outside that star are two different symbols. The House of El and the House of Zod. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.